Today, we are getting super practical and talking about the exhaustion of having choice and overthinking so you can learn this new method and start implementing it in your business today. If you sit at your desk each day thinking, what should I do today? What should I post today? Maybe I should write a book. Should I go to this webinar about creating a course? And getting distracted by all sorts of shiny objects that leave you confused about what your most important tasks are for the day, then this is the episode for you. I'm Lott, the host of Women in the Coaching Arena, and I'm so glad you are here and listening. This constant clarity seeking is exactly what can kill your business growth. After working with hundreds of coaches now, I know that this is super dangerous. You think you're being productive by refining your website, tweaking your wording, creating a great offer, thinking about a new niche statement. But in reality, you're just avoiding the work that actually will bring in clients. Today, I'm introducing you to a framework that I'm working with my clients on this month, which is called the Decide Once method. Decide once and execute repeatedly. The Decide Once method is built on a really simple yet brutal structure. You divide your month into two distinct phases. The first week is the only week you are thinking, deciding, and creating. Those first 7 days, you are making all of the strategic decisions that you need to make in the month ahead. Maybe that's defining your offer, getting clear on your niche, your pricing, the problem that you solve, and the result that your offer delivers. You work hard this first week and get all of the thinking done, as much content as you can scheduled if you're using social media for your business. And crucially, you just get everything out of the way, scheduled, decisions made, so you do not need to think about this for the rest of the month. Take a sigh of relief and imagine 3 full weeks with no content to think about, no overthinking on your niche offer, website, whatever it might be you're overthinking. You have made a decision up front that all of those decisions are done in week 1. And weeks 2, 3, and 4 are for executing. So strict, I know, but after day 7, the thinking part of your brain is officially fired, and then we will move into our execution loop. This is the part that I know through working with hundreds of coaches that is really neglected, especially in terms of the volume required. You've made your decisions in week 1. And so now you move into a different zone and you just execute on those decisions that you made. Obviously, things are more nuanced than I'm describing here, but as much as possible, I would highly recommend that you prioritize these weeks 2, 3, and 4 to do the work. Most of the time, businesses fail because they just haven't done the volume required of the important work of lead generation. So let's move on to talking about lead generation. Many people think lead generation is about posting on LinkedIn or Instagram and hoping for the best. In this Decide Once method I'm working with on clients at the moment, content will support your visibility, but it does not replace contact. The amount of time I know it takes people to write content can easily replace all of the really important work you need to do, which is why when creating this sales sprint this month, I decided to be super clear that the content is not the thing that we are prioritizing this month. In these weeks 2 to 4, we use a very simple rhythm. We have organized ourselves so there is absolutely no decisions to make each day. We have removed choice, creativity, and overthinking from this 60 to 90 minutes per day. Most people fail because they keep reopening decisions, second guessing the name of your offer, the angle, the price, the message, and that constant reopening kills momentum. In this latter phase of the month, our only job becomes this: show up, follow the plan, and repeat. I was at a party on Saturday and a client of mine was there as well. And she said to me that she had had a call with another client of mine who'd said, I just don't understand this overwhelm people feel about getting leads and growing their business. And she said, wow, really? How is that? And she said, yeah, I just know if I do these actions each Monday, my business will grow and I will generate leads. And she has done amazing in my business of coaching program because she has done exactly that. She has repeated the somewhat boring actions, but she started to see the results and she didn't give up right away. She has executed consistently and now can really know exactly what action she needs to take, measure them with numbers, and know what sort of outcome those numbers will generate. That also allows you to know that if you want more clients, then all I need to do is double the amount of that activity to get double the amount of clients. So there is so much power when you can become a real metric driven person and understand what your core actions are to generate leads in your business. In the sprint, I have provided every single template that everybody would need to actually implement this, because I know that that is where the system falls down and you're not exactly sure how to say things, exactly how many things to do each day. So it's really deliberate. Yes, it's a bit uncomfortable, but I know that it works. And I'm really, really excited to see the results that my clients are going to get by the end of this month. So think about your own lead generation activities. What does your lead generation strategy look like? Map that out. Commit to doing those actions in that volume each day. We also have a manifesto for our Decide Once sprint. I know that we are human and this is easier said than done, but what a sales or lead generation sprint, or actually any lead generation you do in your business, is about is talking to real people, having real conversations, getting real feedback, and creating real momentum. These activities are not branding work, website refinement, endless clarity seeking, or waiting until you feel confident. The key is that confidence is built through action, not before it. So have a think about what proportion of your day is spent on repeated, simple activities that are going to generate leads in your business versus the branding work, the website refinement, and the endless clarity seeking. This will be your indicator as to how well your business is doing. The only rule in our sprint is when in doubt, take action. If you find yourself rewriting messages, tweaking wording, questioning whether you're ready, or waiting for certainty that this is going to work, the instruction is always the same. Send the message, have the conversation, take the action, and then your confidence and your creativity and your certainty will come the other side of that action. The progress you want is usually sitting inside the work that you have been avoiding, not because it's complicated, but because it's uncomfortable. So the key message today is to do the work anyway. This is how your business will stop being optional and start becoming inevitable. I hope this has helped you to think about what your baseline activities you're committing to are and ways of executing that mean you are in execution mode, not in deciding mode all of the time. I'm excited to share the results of the sprint with you in a few weeks. And even if you join the business of coaching in future months, don't worry, the sprint will still be available and you can make huge, huge traction in your business quickly. So, like I always say, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I have a mass of free resources on my website, joannalottcoaching.com. That's Joanna with an A and Lott with 2 T's, joannalottcoaching.com. And I'll also put links in the show notes below. Let me know if you found this episode useful, share it with a friend, and leave me a review, and I will personally thank you for that. Remember to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Get into the arena, dare greatly, and try.